Hello and welcome. You're listening to the It's All in the Cards podcast, a horror fiction podcast where all questions are welcome, but you may not like the answers. Some material may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Warm hands trace over my skin, and I lean into the touch. Smoke from recently extinguished candles wafts over to me, bringing a faint memory of the flame they once held. I reach over to grab the hands, to pull them closer, wanting to feel the weight of them on top of me.
Will you get your lazy bones out of bed? I'm tired of staring at the back of your eyelids.
I groan and roll over, deliberately keeping my eyes shut as if that could block her out. The buried bitch is not going to wake me up from a pleasant dream and get away with it. I turn my mind back to what had been racing through it before I was fully awake. Burning candles, strong hands, aged whiskey, and Roz. The memory from weeks ago of her lips against mine still drops a ball of heat low in my belly, and I focus on that feeling. I run my hands over my thighs at the thought of her so close. The warmth of her breath, soft and peaty from the liquor, washing over my cheeks as she leaned in. I rake my fingernails up my hips, replaying the feel of her hands on my face, her thumbs gently brushing against my temples as she pulled me close. I wish I hadn't closed my eyes, hadn't stopped myself from viewing her up close as our lips met. I wish I had let it go further, pulled her closer, upstairs, to my bed.
That's enough of that. Time to get up and forget about that witch.
Shut up, you old cow. I'm busy.
I can tell, but I don't need to bear witness to your pleasures. You need to get up.
And what are you going to do if I don't? You're just a being in my head. You can't control anything.
I can always keep talking. Incessantly. Noise pollution, word vomit, anxious buzzing in your skull until you can't focus on your own thoughts, until all you can think about is my own words, my own stories, my own life within your head. I can make it terrible for you, and do you know that? You've already been living with it for months, and it's driving you crazy. I'm driving you crazy. And soon, none of your precious coven members will want to even be around you, because you will be so distracted by me that there's none of you left inside your withered husk. It'll be the two of us together forever.
With a sigh, I roll over and try to let the heat of my memories escape my bed. They'll still be there later, waiting for me. I look at the clock and see that it's still an hour until the store usually opens. But I can always get ready and go down early. Maybe if there's something to watch, the bitch will shut up and leave me to my daydreams.
I knew you'd see it my way.
It's All in the Cards podcast, Season 4, Episode 6, The Lonely Truth.
It smells like coffee already in the store, and I know that Sam got here early to open up before I could make it downstairs.
Welcome to which... Oh, hi, Jade.
Sam has her arms full of books as she comes out of the shelves to greet me. She turns to go back to restocking the new inventory when I call out for her to stop. You know you don't get paid extra to be here early, right? Sam rolls her eyes and drops the books down onto the coffee table.
You know, it doesn't hurt to be here in case we get some early customers, right?
How often does that happen?
It happened once.
I stare her down. Did they buy anything?
No, but they browsed for a minute to get out of the rain, and I was really welcoming. I'm sure they told people about us.
Mm-hmm. You're here early, you stay late. Do you have anything else to do in town? People to see? Shopping to do for your new apartment? Sam's shoulders scrunch up to her ears, and I can tell immediately that I've hit a nerve. I guess Hannah and Justice did go away to college. Sam might be feeling a little left out, throwing herself into her work. I'm just being an ass because I'm already irritated by the thing inside my head. I shouldn't be taking it out on Sam. I just want you to spend time doing stuff you like, too. Don't think you need to make this store your life. It isn't even my life. Not anymore.
I know, I've just been busy adjusting.
She pulls out her phone and waves it at me.
Look, I'll text Justice right now and see if she's free this weekend. Happy, Mom?
I start to smile, but the sight of her phone jogs a memory from Halloween. A voicemail from Eric asking for her number. Shit. Hey, I forgot to ask you the other day, do you mind if I give Silas's son your number? He was asking about you. Her eyes narrow as she takes in my request.
Asking how? Are you trying to play matchmaker? Because if you are, I'm not interested.
I am absolutely not trying to play matchmaker. He left me a message on Halloween asking if he could have your number, and I kind of forgot until now.
Halloween? That was a month ago.
Well, I've been a little distracted with all of this. I waved my hand over my face, indicating the presence of the buried mother and all of the changes that her entering my body have wrought on my life.
Still? He probably thinks I'm avoiding him now.
Why do you care what he thinks?
No, it's not that. I don't want to seem rude is all. You can give him my number. But you make sure to tell him that you forgot to ask me about it until now, not that it's my fault somehow.
I will take the blame. I pull out my phone and send Eric a text with Sam's number, making sure to point out that I forgot to ask until now. I even show Sam the text so she knows. All good?
Yeah, good. Did he say why he wanted to talk?
Nope, just asked for your number. Do you want his number so you can reach out?
No, let him come to me if he still wants to talk, since it's been forever and all.
I wave my hands at her and head towards the coffee, preparing to pour myself a whole pot to be properly caffeinated. I point at one that is in the middle of brewing, and Sam nods.
Yeah, that one is charm-free. I left it alone so I could pour myself a cup too.
I've got you. I pour us our coffee and head behind the counter to begin the day. Hopefully, the rest of it goes better than this morning. It's almost time to close up when the bells go off over the door. Sam is in the back, breaking down boxes from today's delivery, but she comes running in at the sound.
Welcome to... Which way between the lines? How can I help you?
Sam smiles up at the tall man who walked in, his black suit hanging off of him like it was made for someone else. He can't be older than 25, but the stress that lines his eyes ages him.
Hi. I want a tarot reading, if that's possible. If not, I can make an appointment and come back later.
No, we can totally fit you in right now. I'm Sam. I can do your reading.
She thrusts her hand out, and he eyes it carefully before taking it in his own. Actually, Sam, it's getting late. Didn't you say you had plans tonight? I can do his reading. I'm Jade. I'm the owner of the store.
Those plans aren't until later. I can do the reading for...
She beams up at him, ready for him to supply his name.
I'm Elliot. I really don't mind coming back if that's what works best.
Don't be silly. I can do your reading. Sam has to get a life outside of the shop anyway.
I can get a life inside the shop, too.
Not with customers, you can't. Get moving. I don't want to see you until tomorrow morning. Sam huffs but steps back from Elliot. She knows I'm right. She needs to step out of the store for more than just going home and coming back. She needs time with people her own age.
Fine. I'll see you tomorrow.
She heads behind the counter to grab her bag. Tell Justice I said hi.
Yeah, I will.
Sam throws the words over her shoulder as she walks out of the building. And then it's just me and Elliot. Come on back to the reading room, and we can see if the cards have any answers to your problems. Elliot nods and follows me. I stop at the entrance to the reading room, gesturing for him to enter first. The vervain drifts over his shoulders as he walks past me, but stays lively and green. Good. No danger from this one. Probably should have waited to send Sam out until I got the all clear from the plant, but no harm now. I follow him into the room and grab my deck from the shelves. So, what brings you in today? He flops into the chair across from mine and rubs his hands through his hair, making the dark strands stick up in spikes.
I honestly don't know. Something happened, and I don't know how or why or what it means, or if I'm going crazy, or maybe this is just a weird building. I don't know. I was hoping you could help.
Okay, slow down. Let's start at the beginning. What happened? He takes a deep breath before meeting my eyes, his gaze clear and distraught.
I just graduated from college, and I don't know what to do with my life, but student loans are a bitch, so I had to get some kind of job. My mom told me about these temp agencies that will put you in easy data entry type positions while people are off on extended medical leave or whatever. And I thought that was as good as anything else, so I signed up. The first few places I went were your typical office. Cubicles and cheap computers and office managers who get in your face if you drink too much of their free shitty coffee. It wasn't a good time, but it paid enough. But then I got this gig, and it was something else.
No cubicles in this one?
I wish. No, it had cubicles, but nobody else seemed to work there. There was a receptionist at the front desk who let me in and introduced me to Mike, who is my manager or whatever. He got me my temporary badge and showed me the basics of what they needed me for, but that was a few weeks ago, and I haven't seen him since.
How do they know you're still working there? Are you getting paid?
Yeah, they're still paying me. I send a report at the end of the day of all the files I completed, and Mike will have a new set of files for me to work on in the morning. It's weird how everyone seems to be working from home, but that's not the weird part.
What's the weird part?
I've been working there for about a month so far, and every day I come in, go up the elevator to the 5th floor, and log into my computer. I come in at the same time, walk the same route to my cubicle, everything. But yesterday there was a door.
Did the door look weird?
No, it just looked like a door. The weird part was that I would have sworn that there wasn't a door there before. 2 days ago, that part of the wall was just wall. But yesterday, there was a door.
I set the shuffled cards down on the table and go still, looking at him. Did you open the door?
I wasn't going to. I told myself I was being ridiculous, that I probably just didn't notice the door before, because there's no way a door would just pop up, right? But I couldn't stop thinking about it. Every time I got up to go to the bathroom or get some water, I passed that door. It was like it was taunting me. So after I sent Mike my end of the day email, I packed up my things and walked over to the door. I told myself that if it was unlocked, I would just look around, not even go in, and then I would at least know what the door was. If it was locked, then it would always be locked. Because no one comes to the office, so I could just forget about it.
Was it locked? Elliot shook his head, sweat beginning to bead at his temples.
No. It opened right away. Like it was waiting for me.
He drops his eyes to the table and goes quiet. I don't know if he's gathering his strength or waiting for me to ask another question, so I go ahead and lead him. What was inside? His eyes lift to mine.
Rooms.
Rooms? I wasn't sure I heard him properly.
Just rooms. No furniture, no people, no windows. Just thin blue-gray carpet and fluorescent lights and yellowing walls, with hallways and doorways that opened into other rooms that were exactly the same. It shouldn't have been weird. This is an office building, and it seems like all office buildings look like this on the inside when you take out all the stuff. But there was something about these rooms that sent a shiver up my spine and got my heart pumping. I felt like I was being watched. Like something in there was waiting for me to walk in, explore, get lost.
Did you enter the rooms? He shook his head quickly.
No, nothing about it felt right. I shut the door, picked up my lunch bag, and I walked right away. But I can't stop thinking about it. Something wasn't right, and I couldn't figure it out. When I went back today, the door was still there. But I went the long way to my desk so I didn't have to be near it. But that's crazy, right? It's just a door to another office space, so it shouldn't freak me out so much. It wasn't until I was leaving work today that I realized why it was so unnerving.
Why?
I realized that the way my office was laid out, that door shouldn't have held as much as it did. One office, maybe I could wrap my head around that. But the building isn't that big. Definitely not big enough for all the rooms I could see from the doorway. Definitely not big enough for the amount of space it felt like was inside there. That door shouldn't have led to any of that. But I saw it with my own eyes. So I know it did. Either that or I'm crazy.
I don't think you're crazy. Sometimes the universe shows us things that are hard to explain, but that doesn't mean that they're all in your head. He seems to deflate with my words, as if he was holding his breath, waiting for someone to believe an unbelievable story.
So what do I do? Should I go back? Should I go deeper into the rooms? See what the universe wants to show me? Or should I just quit this job altogether?
I tap the deck with one lone finger. Let's see what the cards think you should do about this predicament. I turn over the first card. The moon reversed. The moon can cause confusion and fear, and make you distrust your intuition. This is the situation you're in right now, confused and unsure of what you should do, who you should trust. Elliot nods his head quickly, excited.
Yes, exactly! God, that's such a good way to describe how it feels right now. I feel like I should know what to do, but I don't. These cards, they're the real deal.
Thank you, but you should probably wait until the end of the reading to praise them. You may not like all that they have to say. I flip over the second card, revealing 2 sharp swords crossed in the center. The 2 of swords reversed. You have a decision to make, and it's not an easy one. The cards are telling you that there isn't a clear right choice. You may have to pick the lesser of 2 evils.
But what are my choices? Go in the door or don't? Quit the job or keep going? Tell Mike and see if he believes me or fires me for being crazy?
Only you know the choices that you face, but I would wager that it is the first scenario you laid out. You can choose to go in the door or not, but either way, you may not be 100% satisfied with the outcome. He chews on his lip as he listens, deep in thought.
So there's not really a right choice here. It's whatever I want?
That's what the cards are implying. I reveal the last card, and his breath catches as he sees the horned figure staring at him. Don't be afraid. The devil doesn't actually mean the devil. The cards are symbols for things in our lives. Seeing the hanged man doesn't really mean you'll come across a person hanging from a tree, and the chariot doesn't mean you're getting a new car. I offer him a gentle smile along with a reassurance, but he doesn't seem convinced.
What does the devil mean, then?
This is the devil reversed, which means that there's a sense of freedom when you release yourself of the burden. I believe it is telling you that you will only have the chance to make this choice once, and after that, you will have to live with the consequences.
What consequences?
Well, if you choose to leave the door alone, leave the building, leave the job, you may end up regretting it. The curiosity may get the better of you, but you won't be able to go back.
And if I go through the door?
If you give in to your curiosity and go through the door, you may find something that so drastically changes your worldview that you can't go back to before you knew about it. He stares at the cards as I talk, almost as if he's hoping for them to chime in too, to give him another solution that is more digestible.
They're not really giving me a good answer here, are they?
Unfortunately, the cards don't care about giving you a good answer. Their only job is to shine some light on the problem and hope you can see it in a different enough way that you can find the answer yourself. He nods some more, but I can't tell if he's truly listening. What he described sounds like an alternate space, somewhere outside our world, and whatever it holds, the cards don't seem to agree on whether it is dangerous or safe. I sweep the cards up and place them on top of the stack. Do you want my advice?
Yes, please. I would love it if someone could tell me what to do.
If you can do it, forget about the door. There could be no going back metaphorically if you do go through it, but it's possible...
What?
It's possible there could be no going back physically.
I'm sorry, do you think something is trying to lure me into these rooms to trap me?
I have no way of knowing why these rooms are there or what they're designed to do. Neither of us do. But if you can bury your curiosity, it may be the best course of action. The cards are worried, and I would believe them. I tap the deck lightly with a fingernail as I speak, and his eyes go to the cards once more. He stares for a second, entranced, before taking a deep breath and standing.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart. It's best not to get involved in something like this. I'm just a temp, and I'm in the office alone all day. I shouldn't be doing anything where I may need help.
That's probably for the best. I lead him out of the reading room and to the register. Once he pays, he gives me a stiff wave and heads out the door.
Thanks for the reading, Jade. And the advice. I hope I can follow it.
Yeah, me too. I follow him to the door, turning the sign to closed. I go about my closing ritual, a little shocked that I still remember everything. It's been months since I had to close by myself. I do a quick lap to be sure there's no one waiting in the stacks, pour out the last dregs of coffee and rinse the pots, and then shut down the computer. Before I step out the door, I charge the wards, protecting this space. I turn to head upstairs to my apartment and jump at the presence that is suddenly behind me. Oh, what the hell? Why are you sneaking around here at night?
I came to see you.
Betty's long dress flutters around her feet in the cold breeze. I don't see Rawhead in sight. Maybe she let him play with Mr. Giggles again. Or for once left him at home, wherever that is for her nowadays. Her eyes follow me as I step away from the door. Come on, we're less likely to be seen in the alley. Betty follows me as we move around to the side of the building, stopping close enough that I can feel the warmth of her skin. I shudder at her closeness, knowing I should step away, but not wanting to. The pieces of the buried mother within both of us are calling out to one another, and it is almost painful to go against their desires. Instead, I stay just far enough away that we aren't touching.
I don't intend to stay long. I merely wanted to check in with you. See how you're handling the things that live inside you.
She lives in all of us now, Betty, and she's being a bit of a twat about it.
I know. I feel the piece of her within me now, when we're together. It wants us closer.
I take a step back from her and then mentally kick myself. Betty is not someone I want to offend, and putting distance between us could do just that. We shouldn't give it what it wants.
Yes, that would be bad.
She doesn't sound like she fully believes what she says, but she doesn't move any closer. I'm doing fine, though, considering. I think we've gotten a step closer to figuring out how to end this whole thing. You've been a part of the sealing circle for a long time, right? Betty drops her chin to her chest slowly before bringing it back up.
I've been a part of it since the beginning. Since the first entrapment and burial of the wretched woman.
So you may know, she seems to be losing some control, letting other voices drift in. I actually spoke to one, and she said her name was Acantha. Does that sound familiar to you? Her eyes drift to the side as she thinks.
I don't remember many names, but I'm very good with faces. Did you see her face?
Damn. Unfortunately, she did not show me her face. I don't even know if she could. The buried bitch has never shown me true visions, so I'm not sure the others within her could do that.
Pity. I would recognize her if I had seen her before.
She starts to move closer again, and I step back, up the first step to the apartment. But Betty doesn't follow. Instead, she moves past me, drifting away down the alley. If anything sparks your memory, let me know, okay? You can give me a call next time. Betty raises her hand in farewell, or dismissal, and keeps on walking. Sam had already opened the store by the time I came down the next morning. I fought the urge to give her a hard time about choosing work over friends. She took it a little rough yesterday, so I don't want to start the day on the wrong foot. Did you have fun with Justice yesterday? Sam's shoulders hike up to her ears at my question, but she drops them quickly and continues pouring us each a cup of uncharmed coffee.
I actually didn't see her yesterday. She and Hannah have been busy with school stuff, so I just walked around the park for a bit before going home.
Oh. I tried to remember the last time I saw Sam's friends. I think they were at the last coven meeting. They may not have been, though. I know they were at one recently, but maybe that was back in September? My mind flashes back to the horrible sight the buried mother gave me, of the coven after being tortured, eyeballs hanging out of sockets and bubbling burnt skin. I shudder at the memory, but I'm sure Hannah and Justice were a part of that scene. Have they come back since then?
It's fine. I know they've got a lot going on. They'll be back for Christmas break soon, so we'll hang out then.
That makes sense. Keep reaching out to them, though, okay? Don't let them get so preoccupied with their own lives that they forget about the people back here. The coven needs the younger people to stick around, grow with us.
I will.
I realize as I take my mug from Sam that we never really talked about her lack of college ambition. She never talked about wanting to further her education, and I kind of remember overhearing Roz and Maureen complain about that. You know, I never went to college either, and I didn't have a ton of friends who made an effort to keep in touch with me after school.
Except Aunt Roz.
Yeah, well, Roz and I had our own issues.
But you're working it out now, right? It seemed like you guys didn't hate doing all of that research at Grandma's house. Not that either of you would tell me any.
As if summoned by her very name, Roz stood in the doorway of the store, chest heaving and eyes wild as they bounced between Sam and I.
Why would you lie to me?
What?
Roz, is something wrong? She ignores my question, stomping into the store and grabbing Sam by the shoulders. I think for a second that she's going to shake her or something violent like that, but she just pulls Sam into her chest and clings to her.
Have you been living on the streets? In your car? In a trap house? Why would you lie to me and move out? Don't you feel comfortable in my home? You know you could have stayed until you had a safe place to go.
Whoa, Roz, what's going on? Sam has an apartment in town, right, Sam? I look at Sam's face over Roz's shoulder, and the deep red flush that creeps up her neck tells me I've been missing something for a long time.
Not exactly.
Not exactly? I went by the apartment building you told me you rented at, and they said there was no tenant with your name, that you'd never lived there. They thought I had lost my mind because I kept insisting that I had dropped you off there before. You're my niece, and I don't even know where you live? Why would you lie about that?
Sam took a deep breath and pulled away from Roz's embrace.
I needed space of my own, Aunt Roz. I felt like a kid still living in my childhood bedroom. I needed to prove that I could be an adult, especially after my big disappearing act this summer. People kept treating me like I didn't know what I was doing, so I had to get away. Just a little bit.
From me?
From everyone. I needed to prove to them and myself that I could be on my own and be okay, and I am.
But where have you been living? Is it safe?
This is the safest place I could think of.
She pauses, biting her lip and taking a calming breath.
I've been living here.
Here?
Roz whirls on me, her mother finger already out and pointing.
Did you know about this? I swear to the goddess and the devil himself, if you knew—
Damn, Roz, I clearly didn't know. This is the first time I'm hearing any of this. It's not like Sam invited me over for a dinner party. Where in the store have you been living?
In the back room. I figured Ephraim stayed there when he was in town, so it was at least habitable. And I've been able to keep you out of it this long by just handling all the storage needs for the store. I organized the boxes of extra inventory and made it into a really cozy space.
I can't believe this. I can't believe you would rather stay in Jade's storage room than in my home. What am I supposed to tell your grandmother? Or the coven? I can't tell them you're living here.
You don't have to tell anyone anything. Everyone thinks I have an apartment and no one has asked me to see it so far. It took you 3 months to realize I didn't even live there. Not once has anyone wanted to see the new place or celebrate me moving out and living on my own.
Roz reels back as if Sam had slapped her, hand going to her throat in defense. Sam wipes her hand across her face angrily, whether at Roz or at the tears, I couldn't know. I realize that I'm part of that anyone, too. I've been so caught up in my own bullshit, I never even asked Sam how the place was going, how she liked living alone, any of it. Guilt climbs my chest like a vine, wrapping tight around my heart.
If that's how you feel, then fine. Stay in the storage room. I hope you're happy.
She whirls around and sees me, eyes teary.
And you! You're trying to tell me she's been living in your store, and you had no idea? I don't believe that for a second.
Well, I've kind of had a lot going on lately. Roz makes a sound of disgust in the back of her throat and storms past me, making the bells over the door jingle angrily in her wake. In the silence that follows, Sam and I look at each other. So, you're living in the storage room now?
It was supposed to be temporary until I could save up enough for a real place. But then I guess I got a little too comfortable and just stayed. I'll leave tonight if you want.
And go where? You definitely don't want to go to Roz's house right now. She's probably planning to burn anything you left behind in the yard as we speak. Sam gives me a wet laugh at that, but can't look in my eyes. Seriously, it's fine. It's not my favorite, but it's been working out so far without me knowing, so it can probably work out a little longer with me knowing. But you do have to start making plans for the future. Real, tangible plans. With a timeline.
Thanks, Jade. I will.
I want to give her a hug to help her feel a little better about everything, but I stay still. I don't know if it will feel too much like I'm trying to take Ross's place, to wipe away the feel of her aunt in her arms and replace it with myself. I don't want to do that to Sam. Instead, I walk into the reading room and grab the box of tissues that I keep for the more sensitive readings. I hand it to Sam without a word and go about my day. Maybe if we act like everything is normal, it will go back to it. I leave the store early, trusting Sam to lock up and stay in for the night. After the scene with Roz, I don't expect she will want to go anywhere, or have anywhere to go. I make myself a cup of chamomile tea, my mother's favorite, and settle into the couch to read a little more of her book of letters to me. I've been purposefully going slow with it, a page at a time, and only when I feel like I need it. They started with a week after I was born, her talking about how excited she was to be my mom and to see how I grow, how even at 2 years old she found me fascinating with the choices I made. Reflections upon milestones during my development, but then more thoughtful reflections of her own parenting as it went. The last letter was from the last day I saw her, full of apologies for not knowing the best path forward for me, but that she always tried her best. I want to savor these memories of her that come with seeing her handwriting, hearing her words as if she were speaking inside my mind. Which I guess she could now. Before I open the worn leather cover, I do something I haven't really tried since the buried bitch entered my brain. I reach out. Mom? The silence surrounds me as I wait, but I can be patient. I close my eyes, breathe in my tea, and run my fingertips over my mother's words. Mom, are you there? I feel a tugging, almost like a struggle inside my head. It doesn't hurt exactly, but feels like what I imagine flossing your brain would feel like. A pressure and a gliding feeling, before it abruptly stops.
Hi, baby.
Tears spring to my eyes, but I can't bring myself to open them. I don't want to do anything that could cause her to lose control, to cede it to the buried bitch. I need my mom here with me, to stay. Mom, is it really you?
It's me. I'm here. Oh, Jade. I've waited so long to hear your voice again. You don't know how much I've missed you.
I've missed you so much. I've needed you so much. I've done a lot of things I don't think you would be proud of. But I'm trying hard to make it right now. I can feel the tears rolling down my cheeks, hot at first, but cooling as they reach my chin and drop onto my chest. I don't bother wiping them away.
Baby, I know. I know everything. I know who you are at your core, and I know that you are doing better than I could have imagined.
Why? Why did you do it? Why did you leave me?
I had to. It was the only way to protect the coven and keep her trapped. You know that. It was always my choice.
But there could have been another choice. There could have been another way to keep her contained.
Jade, you know as well as I do that sometimes you have to make a choice in a moment. It may not be the easiest choice, but you do what you have to. You make the choice that will do the most good, even if it kills you.
I know. But it killed me too.
I'm sorry, Jade. I'm sorry I left you behind. I never wanted to do that. I wanted to watch you grow up, start a family, live your life. That's why I started this book. I wanted to always be there for you, even when I couldn't be.
I nod even though she can't see me. Maybe she can feel me? I'm still not sure how everything works inside my head. Slowly, I open my eyes and wipe the tears from my face. I know. I'm glad I have it now. I wish Maureen had given it to me sooner.
I told her not to. That's my fault. But you have it now. Let's go through it together, shall we?
Yeah, that sounds great. This episode of It's On the Cards was written by Morgan Valko, featuring the voice talents of Abbey Konzen, Nichole Goodnight, Jamie Petronis, Sarah Thomas, Maddie Girouard, and Jessica McEvoy. Theme music by The Arsonist. Don't forget to check us out on Patreon for exclusive bonus content, early access, and merch discounts. Thanks for listening.